Good evening, world. How are you doing tonight? It is Monday night. We are in a new moon, so the sky is pitch black. No moon to be seen anywhere. That's a good thing. As you have seen in the markets, we've had a slight recovery for Hex, Pulse Chain, Pulse X. So, hope you guys are enjoying this reprieve. I do not know how long it's going to last. I'm not using a green screen tonight, so this is what it looks like when I choose the Node green screen with my digital background. So I hope this suffices. I just don't feel like hanging up my green screen, and I don't think the difference is that profound, so I'm okay with this. We did have our no permission strategy call this morning. It went very well, except I did not, when I recorded it on ScreenFlow, I forgot to choose computer audio. Instead, I chose just my mic audio. And so the whole thing, all you're hearing is me talking. Although, I kind of like hearing my voice. I like hearing the voices of everyone else in the call too. So kind of disappointed this week's call. If you weren't able to be there, sorry, I deleted the recording from YouTube after a couple of people told me it was only my voice. Bummer, but learning lesson. For no permissions, we decided to no longer use Zoom. Zoom has some updates to their privacy, or not, yeah, I guess their privacy policy and their terms and conditions that we as a community do not agree with. So we no longer be using Zoom. I'm using a tool called Jitsi, Jitsi, that was recommended to me by some of our users, and it's been working great. The only thing is they don't have a recording function within their app, so I have to actually use my ScreenFlow on my computer, and ScreenFlow has settings as well when you set it up. It's just I was in a hurry, wasn't paying attention, and I didn't realize didn't select computer audio. Oops. I'll say, okay, so let's say hi to everybody, and then I'll get to what I want to chat about. Putting Guru, what's up? Hey, Hex Monkey. Yep. Hello, Umberto. I'm so sad, Bendu. So much FUD, so little dry power to buy it all. Exactly. Hex Enthusiast. You guys are all in that hammock, chilling while the world is burning around you. Hex Enthusiasts, aren't we all? Doug, lowercase d. Good evening, Randy. So chill, thinking about how my staking ladder has grown this bear market. Yeah, mine too. Mine is too. Hello, Corey. Corey has found his new home in Puerto Rico. Nice. Oh, thank you, Mom. New moon now. Are we good to crypto now? Yeah, for the next 5 days. And then we're back in no man's land. Yeah, Jeremy, you in PR too, or are you just staying in the US? Crypto Cashew, hello to you. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Crypto Compassion, give me aliens. Thank you, Sandy. Good day, Randy and crew. Hey, Clint Trones, Tin Top, Ted, more Hex. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming out. Thank you, Timothy. All right, so what I want to talk about is from the title. There's a couple subjects I want to talk about tonight, but this is one of them. Is the how you handle FUD and how you handle a down market is telling. I can tell normally when I discuss. I have a lot of calls with people, probably 3 or 4 a week, and there's the people that you sense that are going to sell, who are they're going to sell because they're afraid. There's the people that are going to sell because it's over with for them. The price is down so much that they're just capitulating. They're like, Okay, looks like I'm back. All right, lost internet there for a minute. Oops. So let's start from the beginning there. So I have calls every week. I talk to many of you guys, and you can always sense the ones who are maybe it's their first ride in the crypto rodeo, and they're so nervous. They're nervous wreck, and they're like, "Oh my God, if this doesn't go right, then my life is over, and everything, total wreckage." And I feel bad for those folks because they expected to have nice returns, and number always go up, but not in the bear market. In bear market, we get wrecked constantly. So then you have the people, then you have the ones who you can sense the other extreme that they've been through this before. You ever seen that meme where they have the guys, they're all lined up to get hung? And the one guy looks at the other guys and said, "First time?" That's essentially what it's like. Or the other meme where you have the guy on the roller coaster. He's just going up and down and going through the flips and everything, and he's not showing much emotion. He's just dealing with it, right? Whereas you have the person next to him that's screaming and hollering, and they're losing their shit the whole way. There's the main differences between the two types of people. And sure, you have the people in the middle who maybe it's their second cycle and they're dealing with the ups and downs of their emotions, and they're fighting with the FUD and the FOMO. They're having that inner battle, and hopefully they don't lose to the FUD, and they continue to have faith that things are going to turn around. And they could be in stables. They could be sitting there in stables just waiting for the right time to pounce on the market instead of just fretting, and then you got the people that are just sitting like hexagons. But the image that I posted tonight is pretty much for folks that own hex. I mean, we're sitting there in our hammocks while the crypto world is burning around us, and we're still earning yield. Our coins are still performing just the way they're supposed to. I should say tokens. And we burned our tokens, and now we have to wait till our contract is done, whether it be a 1 year, 2 year, 10 year, or 15 or 5,555 day contract, and then we get to remint our tokens or remint new tokens with more yield. So I think the hexagons, and if we can deal with our paper numbers, if we could look at Staker app and say, oh, okay, that's just a paper number. That's not the real number. The real number is when your stake comes due. That's when the rubber meets the road. Okay, so right now, whatever the price is, the price is. If Hex doesn't make it through its second cycle, then I made a huge mistake, and so did many other people. But do I believe that's going to be the case? No, I think we're going to do just fine. So be prepared, put the big boy pants on, and get used to a couple more months worth of FUD. There's stuff coming. So we have a market that is maturing, and the pulse chain market that is maturing. We're a little over 3 months in, and we're about to launch Fetch. Fetch is the Oracle. That's super important for our ecosystem. We got Pulse Chain coming. We got, Power City coming, which Fetch is needed for them to launch. We got Liquid Loans coming, which brings us 2 stable coins. Coast just launched, which brought us a stable coin. We have Mintra coming. We have 9inch coming, which is going to give us single-sided staking and limit orders. We already have PHUX, which has been phenomenal with their pools. And we have Famous coming, which is going to give people the opportunity to wreck themselves with leverage trading. And we have Fiat coming, and that should be launching imminently. Buck said something in the Telegram. I think it was either this morning or yesterday. I couldn't remember. He's in Australia, so I don't know which day it was. He said that Dev 1, the main dev, is just waiting on a final. He's doing a couple tweaks, and then Fiat's ready to launch. So the dominoes are falling for Pulse Chain to really get going. And as I said in the strategy call today, I believe that once Liquid Loans and Power City launch, you're going to start seeing PulseX and Pulse Chain being pulled off the market and put into these contracts where people are going to take loans out against their Pulse Chain, their PulseX, and that's going to soak up a lot of the liquid tokens that are out there. So that's my optimism that I have, people say, Randy, you're a perpetual optimist. Yes, I'm a perpetual optimist when it comes to Pulse Chain and Hex, and because I have to believe in the system. I put so much into it, whether it's just my name or the actual money that we put into this market, my family's money. Those of you guys who are in my Patreon, you guys all believe in Pulse Chain, so I'm here fighting for you guys. I'm trying to get the word out. And the only way that our ecosystem succeeds and grows is if we have adoption. So get out there and do your part. I'll do my part. I'm here. I'm showing you. Let's do it. So let's see what you guys have to say. Timothy says, I hear the siren. That's funny. Oh, how's it now, though? Yeah. Nice. Hello, Randy, everybody. Happy to be here and still chill together. Yep, absolutely. Hey, Willie Belong. Yep. Damn, I bet I was tripping on hearing you twice. I had you playing on 2 browser windows. Haha. Nice. I have a 401k mentality. I just keep investing regardless. Of course, Patreon members have your wisdom as well. I'm good. That's right, Timothy. That image is awesome too, by the way. 826 is a wild card still if Waters Above is right. Yes, all right, Crypto Gundu. We'll speak to that in a minute. I found it's a good time to grab more T-shares. The Hex price is too low to sell, so why not take more liquid Hex and grab more T-shares? Damn straight. Sounds good to me. 15 years goes by fast. Yes. We're already 3 years in, so a couple of my 55s, just 12 years to go. I do not know, Cody. I haven't looked at that. I don't pay attention to that one. P-die isn't the real die, so whatever happens, it's just people doing what they do, having fun, I guess. Hello, Sandy. Mexican Greenhorn. Saying hello to everybody. Okay. All right. So let's pull up what I want to talk about. All right. The BRICS 2023 Summit to challenge Western dominance. U.S. dollar, says South Center chief. Now, I've been telling you guys about the BRICS thing for a while now. We've got a couple things all coming together here. And I'm just going to read this, and I'm going to pull it back down because I want to actually discuss this. The 15th BRICS Summit to be held in South Africa this month is expected to make the global governance system fairer and counterbalance the dominance of Western countries. Carlos Maria Correa, executive director of the South Center, told Xinhua on Wednesday. The event's agenda will be topped by efforts toward de-dollarization, reducing the U.S. dollar's hegemony, and the expansion of the bloc, says Correa. The BRICS group of major emerging economies include Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, will hold its 15th Heads of State and Government Summit in Johannesburg between August 22nd and 24th. The summit will be the first in-person BRICS gathering since the COVID-19 pandemic. Altogether, the BRICS nations account for more than 40% of the world's population and about 26% of the global economy. One key issue for the BRICS to consider is global governance. There's a need to change the current system, which is unfair and asymmetric. In particular, the architecture of the financial system needs a major reform, Correa said. Leaders are also expected to discuss the group's expansion by adding new members, including the admission criteria and the guiding principles. Among my hopes is that the current BRICS group considers the incorporation of other countries, Correa said. This will be very important because it will give volume to the BRICS group. Of course, major economies such as those of India, Brazil, and China are there, but if other countries can also be incorporated, the political dimension of this BRICS will be improved significantly. Over 20 countries applied to join BRICS, challenging G7 and G20 dominance. So far, over 20 countries have formally applied to become new BRICS members, including Saudi Arabia, Iran, United States Emirates, Argentina, Indonesia, Egypt, and Ethiopia. Correa said although the group of 7 and the group of 20 still influence a lot of the international developments, the groups are dominated by developed countries. But the BRICS play an important role in counterbalancing the G7 and G20. They look for solutions that are aligned with the interests of the other developing countries. Asked how China's Belt and Road Initiative has contributed to China's Africa cooperation, Correa said there are so many projects that have been realized in the context of this initiative. It's very difficult to highlight just one. The contribution has been immense. Okay. I guess the South Center is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. Kind of odd. But yeah, let's pull that down. So I've been telling you guys it's almost a year now that BRICS was coming. They're going to come out with their own currency. And right now, I've heard on the street that one BRICS token, we'll just say it, call it a token because it's a digital currency, is going to be worth $50, $55. So 55 to 1 is going to be the ratio that it launches at. For cryptocurrency people, this is going to be easy to understand. So there's a lot of people that don't understand economics who are making content around this, and I kind of laugh and giggle when I watch it. But hey, I used to be one of those people. I was one of the it took me time to learn about economics. It's not, people go to school for many years to discuss economics. All I know is that the BRICS are countries that make shit. All right. Good stuff. They're the ones who produce. They're the ones who dig the stuff out of the ground. They're the oil producers. They're the countries that are doing all the stuff that the West requires for their end products, your cars, your cell phones, your clothing, your food. All those kind of things are being produced in BRICS countries. Now, 20 other countries are trying to join the BRICS. And Panama was one of the ones who signed something that they would like to join. I heard this, okay? Same thing with Costa Rica. So if countries that have so much influence in the world stage start joining the BRICS, that's not good for the US dollar. Now I'm going to spin this into crypto. Hear me out here. This is my optimistic play for crypto. It's very pessimistic for the US dollar, but it's very optimistic for crypto. Now, imagine BRICS launches, let's say in November is when the BRICS currency is going to go live. People are going to want to put their money where the good currency is. What do you want? Do you want the US dollar, which is backed by absolutely nothing but promises and debt? Or do you want the BRICS currency, which is backed by assets, gold, silver, oil, wheat, coffee? Which one would you prefer? I know which one I would prefer. I want the one backed by assets. So I think the money, good money goes where good money is treated best. So I think you're going to see a flood of assets go into the BRICS currency. Now, this also means that you're going to probably see the dollar do this down to the right. Not a good thing for the US dollar, but good thing for crypto. So what I think the US is going to do, and what the ECB is going to do, and what London's going to do, is that they're going to start printing their way out of this. They're going to try to print the way out of this. This means that these interest rate cuts that we've been seeing and that we might continue to see for the next couple of months are going to go away. In November, I've been saying for a long time, you're probably not going to, after November, you're probably not going to see any more interest rate cuts. If I'm wrong about it, I'm wrong. But I personally believe that we're not going to see any more interest rate cuts. We're probably going to see either no cuts for 6 to 10 months, something like that. And then they're going to start printing again. Because if this BRICS currency comes out and it's anywhere near as successful as I think it's going to be, money's going to run to it. And it's going to freaking mess up the US dollar. And guess what? The US dollar gets messed up, inflation goes through the roof. That is going to be a massive bull market for crypto. Massive. Because people are want to go, they're going to put their money where it's going to make them money or protect their buying power. That's great news, especially for Bitcoin. I know I'm not a Bitcoiner, but Bitcoin gets the first mover's advantage. It's going to do really well. You got Vanguard over here looking to launch their Bitcoin ETF. You got BlackRock working with Coinbase for Coinbase to custody all of their Bitcoin. You already have MakerDAO saying that they're going to custody their USDC with Coinbase. Crypto is setting up for a massive, massive bull run. Now, if the stock market collapses, crypto is going to collapse too. We could have a situation just like we had in March 2020 when the pandemic kicked off and the stock market went boom, oil just went through the floor. Remember when that happened? All those things, just everything catered because the market went down, including HEX and everything. Well, what happened 3 months later? Bitcoin hit an new all-time high. So we could have a similar situation, just absolute blood in the streets, then it just turns around and takes off. So I think that's the situation that we might have, and it could all capitalize shortly after the Bitcoin halving. I'm saying capitalize. I mean, all come together shortly after the Bitcoin halving. So that's my rant about that. I don't know how you guys feel, but I understand that the U.S. dollar's days are coming to an end. This is a jubilee year. We are shifting to a digital dollar. Europe is talking about their digital currency now. London is talking about their digital currency. It's all coming. This happens every 50 years. Currencies change. And this time we're going from fiat to digital. So prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves accordingly. You don't want to be in the dollar. I know that people are like, oh, the dollar is always going to be around. No. No currency lasts forever, especially a fiat currency. Fiat currency is a currency backed by nothing. And the US dollar is only backed by what? By debt. All right. Yes, Russ. Russ, you are right. Hey, Brightlight. Oh, God. X Mining Hodler, what's up? Hello, Benny. Hex Fetty. Smash the likes. Yes, please. Interest rate hikes going through the end of the year. That's what I'm saying. But you won't. After that, they can't hike the rates anymore. Just can't. Oh, did I say it the wrong way? Dang it. See, this is the hard part when you live stream. You can't go back and edit what you said. But you know what I meant. What's your opinion on B-Roots keep rigging and scamming the RH community like Dinger, Batman, Revolt, Proof of Me, P-Die, and so on? Lost everything because of him. Why do you like him? You didn't lose everything because of him. You lost everything because of yourself, Wakanda. You made the decision to follow him. I don't do anything he says. Wakanda, I have never. Oh, wait. There was one token that he recommended buying. It was about a year ago. And I put like $200 in, and it turned into 400, and I got out. And I've not done anything he says. I respect B-Roots. The guy knows his game. I got people on Twitter saying I'm like B-Roots' best friend. I just respect the game, man. I come from the hood. I respect the game. Can't hate on him. U.S. reaction to the BRICs, if it really starts to move, the one thing we know, they will not take it like quietly. Dave, yeah, they won't take it quietly, but the U.S. can't take on the world. And I think that's what they're banking on. I saw a TikTok where somebody was saying that over 15 nations are getting ready to drop the dollar's treasuries on the market and crash the dollar. If that happens, oh, Lordy, the U.S. can't take on 15 countries at once. So, I mean, they can do their best. Buonasera, Pepe. Buonasera, mi amico. Pandemic was planned by the evil, corrupt global elites. Yep, exactly. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. Interesting concept with the BRICs and USD. Yeah, there's some big stuff happening behind the scenes. There's a war. There's a physical war, and there's a financial war happening. All we can do is prepare ourselves. Thank you, Pepe. Appreciate it. Pulse Chain Gangster. I like that name. Pulse Chain Gangster's chilling until 2025. Well, that's going to be probably a good time. Hello, Moons. Yes, thank you for asking, Daniel. All right. Karen, hello to you. Would this be a good time to ask for a small loan? I'll see you in a couple weeks. All right, so let's see. Let's look at, change this to this. Let's look at our charts. Bitcoin, it's not looking too healthy here. Bitcoin's at 29,389. The ORX indicator on the weekly still says a sell. Bitcoin is just levitating. And if we lose this here, I think it's going to get, let's make it, if we make this line right here, where it looks like it could easily drop to 27. If we go to 27, get ready. Let's look at the monthly. I haven't looked at the monthly in a while. The monthly's still green. It's levitating there. It's like, hey, this is never a good sign when you got a market is just sitting there not making a decision. It won't take much for it to crash. The amount of volume right now has just dropped off a cliff. Look at this. Let me make this bigger. The volume, look at this volume here when it was pumping and when it was dumping. And now everyone's like, who cares about Bitcoin? Bitcoin's a stable coin. Just leave it alone. All right. So let's look at the daily. So then we can see what the BGMC confidence is saying. Well, the BGMC confidence is super bullish right now. But we have 2 days with a red ORX indicator. So these two are not lined up. We got this one is bullish and this one that's bearish with the ORX indicator. Let's see what BitMEX says for ETH. On the weekly, it's bearish. We got the bearish indicator. Once again, well, this volume is actually better. ETH volume is looking better than Bitcoin's. Let's see what it says in the monthly. Probably still green, yeah. But once again, it's Hart's law. It's following and tracking what Bitcoin's doing. On the daily, we're green for ETH. And the BGMC indicator is bullish as well. Now look at Hex. This is Hex on Ethereum. Sorry, I don't have Hex on Pulse Chain yet. Hopefully they get it done soon. I got too many of these. All right, still green. It's going back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. So we had Pulse Chain launch over here and it just totally tumbled. And we've been green ever since. This is like 100 different indicators that go into making the ORX indicator. If all of them line up, that's when it changes. So every indicator needs to line up to either green or red for the indicator to change. And that's why it's probably just sitting here green for a while. There's just not enough info from something like Uniswap to get it to do much, in my opinion. This is the one benefit of centralized exchanges. Let's see the daily. Yeah, green as well. And the BGMC is going positive for the first time since Pulse Chain's launch. This is where it went negative, right? 19 July. So actually, it's a month ago. This is the daily chart. Where did Pulse Chain launch? It was in May, right? Right here. Right here. So 12 or 13 May. All right. And Hedron's down 5% today, right? Is that right? Holy crap. Why is Hedron going down? We got some good stuff coming for Hedron. Makes no sense. Bummer. So what did everybody think about what's going on with Alex and Alex working on a way to take his two tokens, Icosa and Hedron, combine the two and call it Icosahedron. So supposedly he's thinking November timeframe, and you'll have to convert all of your tokens over the a time period, and whenever your stakes come out, you can convert them. What's everyone thinking about that? I'm not sold yet, but once the white paper or whatever the information comes out, I'm sure I'll be fine. But right now, I'm a little bit, We all press the buy and sell button. People need to take accountability on their actions. Yeah. Damn, Randy, thanks for always keeping it real and keeping us up to date on things. I appreciate your insight, brother. You're welcome. You're so welcome. Hello, Hex Farmer. T-Bird. U.S. currency, if they want, they can say it's valid only in its country. All others must go to U.S. to change their. Yeah, they could do something like that. Absolutely. It's all fun and games. Maybe this new digital dollar will do exactly what you said, and then all the others will have to do some backroom deals. Hey, Jay Rip City. Benny. Yes, green is good. Green, new moon. New moon means green. And definitely this last couple cycles of the moon, it's been working out perfect for everybody. So you think BTC will drop to 11K or maybe 10, 20K? Oh, absolutely. If this is the thing, we've got two scenarios that can happen here. If it's a banking crisis, Bitcoin will do very well. Bitcoin will fly, okay? But the likelihood is that it's a larger recession. And if it's the larger recession, the stock market just takes a huge dump. Guess what? That's going to affect Bitcoin, and Bitcoin will go down. You could easily see 15,000, 13,000 Bitcoin. We can go right back down to the lows of of this bear market. I can't remember what the exact numbers were. Maybe they're 15.5 or something. Maybe we could revisit that. Maybe Richard's right, and we'll get that 11K and pray. Who knows? But that's going to require the stock markets to just crap out and ruin it for everybody, because crypto is a risk-on asset. So what's the first thing people do when they start getting scared? They start selling the risk-on assets, which is Bitcoin and crypto, and they hold their less risky assets like gold. So if you see people running, and if you start seeing gold and silver doing like this, and you see Bitcoin going down, that is telling me the insiders are moving their money to safe havens, and gold is the ultimate safe haven. I don't know how much longer it's going to be that way. Maybe another 50 years or something. I don't know. Maybe gold will forever be a safe haven. But in my opinion, I love gold, and it just it protects you. So yeah, Savage Alex. Yeah, he's something else. Yeah, Funk Master Hex. Good to see you. What will be the price of the new Icosahedron? That's a good question. So what I'm imagining is that this new Icosahedron token will have a redemption rate. So you'll take your Icosa and you go to this app that Alex builds on his site, the Icosahedron site, and you will send your tokens to that redemption address, and it will mint you your new tokens. Obviously, one Icosa is going to get you a lot more Icosahedron than one Hedron will. All right. So the math will have to be adjusted for the different tokens, but not quite sure yet. Yes. And Alex, we trust. Yeah. I'm not good with feelings. Man, sometimes I wish I would have been a drill sergeant. I think I would have made a good one. Keep bringing the fire. Loving these buying price days these days. Yeah, Hexagon Greenhorn. It's been, and I think you're going to have more. Okay, let's talk about it. So people have asked me about how I feel about the end of the month, and I remember Waters Above. He did mention, in I think it was 2 or 3 episodes of his show back, he was saying that Richard Hart on the 26th of August should not come out of his house. He said it's not a good day for him, according to numerology and gematria. So I laughed it off. I was like, come on, Waters. But he's really good with this stuff, and he's been pretty on the money with a lot of things. So that to me it goes right in line. So I pointed out when I was looking at the BRICs article that this is the days of this event in South Africa in Joburg are from the 23rd to the 25th of August. Then the 26th is the day that Waters Above said that Richard shouldn't come out of the house. And then the 28th is the full moon. So, I ain't doing shit. I'm not trading. I'm not coming out of stables. I'm going to let that pass. Those days you don't want to wake up. Those few days there are the types of days where you just say, you know what? I'm just going to stay home because you have no idea what's going to go on. The markets could get really, really nasty during that time frame. And the Pulse chain's not immune. So if there's people that are getting real antsy and they let the full moon get to them, they might just say, oh, sell. They can't help themselves. So the 26th to the 28th, if you do have stable coins and you see a huge red candle for Pulse Chain and PulseX, it might be a grand opportunity to pick up a nice little bag. Just saying. But I'm just going to stay in the sidelines. I'll be back in mid-September, 17th. 17th of September is under Rosh Hashanah, and then I'll be looking at coming back in because, Randy pays attention to Jewish cycles. Brightlight says, I'm bullish on the borrow, Alex. I think it will combine value better between Icosa and Hedron. Yeah, one feature that I said it today in the strategy call, but I'm not 100% sure if this is how it works. But one of the features I think he's going to have is going to have a buy now button, just like on eBay. I cannot stand auctions. But if you're in the auctions and you don't want to deal with the auction part of it, you could just buy now and just pick up the HSI. So I'm looking forward to that. Top secret, BRICs Currency will backed by Hex. Nice, Daniel. I don't like changing Hedron Icosa. I bought into it because of the immutable stake, diamond hands aspect of it all. But now that may not be the case. Yeah, we don't know yet. We don't have a final and how it's going to work. But remember, we've got these stakes that are 15 years long. So this change contract is going to have to go on pretty much forever because there's people look at Poly. Poly's 15-year stake for Hedron. I think it's more he is making it interoperable between the chains so they can be used on other chains natively, not as a wrapped version. Exactly, Hex Enthusiast. It's to make it easier to use. I don't think they were being combined into one single token. I could be wrong. I think it is. I think it's called Icosahedron now, from what I understand, but I could be wrong. I watched Sloth's video, and that's how I understood it. Going to make those what says hella valuable one day. Absolutely, Brightlight. Hedron and Icosa are immutable. The change is an expansion pack. Yeah, you can't change the contracts, but you can swap your tokens once they're minted for the Icosahedron token. I like Alex a lot, but wonder if he has the economic chops he has with creating new crypto ideas. I don't know. I hope so. I sure hope so. It will mean there could be an arbitrage between the chains to ratchet the price up as one Hedron will be redeemable for one Hedron in each change for auctions, etc. Cool. Nice. You should hide under an LV store. Waters also said RV is also built for crypto. Yes, he did. Yeah, he sure did. Bring it fire. I took a second job just for a weekly crypto check here. The bottom, it should pay off hard. Later blessed. Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people don't realize how far the money that they put in over the next couple of months is going to go. So I think over the next 8 weeks is going to be the equivalent of putting in money into Hex in January and February of 2020. So if you can put money in now, you might not get the 1000x, but you're still going to get nice multiples on your money. And the same thing for Hex. Hex is down 99% or whatever. Opportunity, I'm telling you, T shares are cheap right now. Super cheap. Do you stake all stables for LP like on FUDs? Allison, no, I'm not bothering with that right now. I do have a bunch of VEPHUX though that I have staked for 1 year. It was so funny. At one time, it was worth low five figures, and now it's under five figures. Everything's just cratered. It's crazy how that works. The sites are being combined, not the tokens. Okay, McSlyman. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Awesome. Hex is down 99%. It can only go down 1% more. Well, you could take that 1% and we could say it went down 50%, 80%. Math. It's funny like that. Compounding multipliers and coming from buying here. Oh, yeah. Look, I've made some good money in crypto, as well as many of you guys in this chat box right now. And you guys know, anybody who's been around for a while know that you make money on the red candles. You don't make money on the green candles because you're buying when everyone else is selling, and then it rebounds. And you don't know how long it's going to keep going down. But as long as you DCA every couple of weeks, like say, like if you do like our friend Corey Geary, who publicly says that when the whole time the hex, he bought at the top, hex, the whole time the price is going down, he's DCAing in, and he got his DCA average way down low. You could do the same thing. And imagine you didn't do like Corey, you didn't buy the top. Imagine you came in, you're new to crypto, and you've been in for 2 weeks, and you're just now buying Pulse Chain and Hex. You could be the next Valiant Brand. You guys know who Valiant Brand is? Or my fellow Hexkin, who was buying in the Bitcoin or the Hex auction on the lowest days of Hex. And this young man turned hundreds of dollars into a whole crap load of money. Yeah, that's the opportunity you have right now. I can't guarantee it, but I'm pretty sure that the crypto market isn't done. And I don't believe that we're disappearing and everything, the SEC is going to destroy the crypto market. No, we're just getting started. Bitcoin came out in 2009, January 3rd, 2009, Bitcoin was born. That's how young it is. All right. And we got a long ways to go. Hex on Pulse or ETH, AJ Ripsody. I like them both. I would have a percentage of both. I know a lot of people are like, oh, only the P Hex. That's great. Go for it. But if I can buy twice as much on ETH, kind of like it. So here's a scenario that I don't hear a lot of you guys talking about. It's the scenario of 9inch. 9inch is coming soon. So 9inch has the capability where you can stake your tokens, and I believe Hex will be one of them. What if, I think I talked about this the last time I live streamed, but what if the APR on the Hex single-sided staking is more than the APY that we get for staking Hex using the smart contract? What if the APR on 9inch is 20%, and all you got to do is stake it, and then you could unstake it 3 days later? What if that is the case? That's going to put a lot of people in a position where they might not want to stake anymore on the Hex contract. Now, there's problems with it. That the fact is that you're relying on 9inch to pay you out their BBC token. And we've had Hex now for over 3 years, and the smart contract has worked flawlessly. So there's give and take here. Do you want to take your tokens and just use 9inch? Well, I think it's sure better than just letting them sit in your token and sit in your wallet and get slaughtered by the inflation rate, right? Your tokens are getting watered down all the time. So maybe it's better to put them on 9inch, because I'm pretty sure they're going to have Hex staking, and it's going to be pretty powerful. So all you guys just sit in Hex in your wallets. Maybe it's time to put them to work. Maybe I'll throw my vote on 9inch behind it. So we will see, though. I think that's a really nice scenario that we have coming soon. Buying those falling knives sometimes make you the biggest gains out later. Oh, yeah, it does. especially if you got the power to DCA. Like those of you guys who have jobs still, who didn't quit their jobs during the bull market. I'm sure most people that quit their jobs during the bull, they're back to work by now because it's been a good 2 years almost. I'm pet sure I know the answer. Yep. BB is the blood buying. Yep. Who's breaking in your car, Randy? I hear a siren. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why we want to move from here. This is the main drag via España. So we kind of want to get away from it because it's all stores and on this street over here is all like shops and restaurants and bars and things like that. So we want to move away from via España. We're going to stay in this area. I just don't want to deal with it anymore. Yeah, Valiant Brand. Sandy's right. Both chains. Man, you guys, I am not talking about PDI. I don't care about it. It's not the real die, so I don't want to discuss it. And I don't know what Atropine is. I know that it launched. I know it's up and to the right, but I'm not going to discuss every single token because I don't know the people that are behind them. It's hard. There's so many things launching now, and I think we have enough to discuss without having to go down too much of the meme coin rabbit hole. All X matters. Yep. That's it. I'm imping in around September 17th with Randy. My only predicament is to figure out how I can do this while I'm out at sea with no service. Oh yeah, Alaska Fisherman. Yeah, that will be hard. Hopefully Tetra will be launched by then, so Tetra will do it for you. Ask Red Squirrel, if he could set up a contract smart contract that will deploy your coins while you're at sea. They can call it the Alaska Fisherman. What's your optimistic and pessimistic view on SEC? SEC isn't a policeman. SEC is they bring cases, right? So I think let's go with optimistic first. I think the SEC thing is probably the best marketing ever for crypto. It keeps Hex on the airwaves, right? It keeps Hex in the news. It keeps everyone talking about it. And it keeps Richard Hart in the news, keeps Pulse Chain in the news. Everyone's going to know what Pulse Chain is. Fair and simple. Let's do it. I'm hoping that Richard fights it inside. Deep down, I want him to fight it, but I'm pretty sure that he's going to settle and get this behind him and get the letter just like EOS got so that we can move on and not have to worry about the SEC chasing Pulse Chain and Hex and Pulse X. That's the optimistic one. The pessimistic one is that also Richard fights it. And if Richard fights it, we could miss the next bull cycle. We won't do the X's that we expected. And things like exchanges listing Pulse Chain and stuff like that will be off the table. Remember how optimistic people were that OKX was launching Pulse Chain? Change now has Pulse Chain, but what if they got a cease and desist? Kind of like, remember when XRP was yanked off a bunch of exchanges? That's the pessimistic side. SEC, Hex, Pulse Chain, and Pulse X aren't going anywhere. They can't take them down. They're decentralized. But they could slow us down and we could miss the next bull cycle to have the big X's that we'd hoped. So that's it. If you have vision, your DCA and the RH system, you wait and take life-changing profits in a couple of years. That's simple. Take it from this old man. That's right, Roberto. We were hoping that it would come out gangbusters, but a lot of stuff didn't go the way we planned. There's potential work. PDA Atropine, be careful. There's a vid of RH being tossed around talking about tricks up his sleeve and stables. I think this vid could get people in trouble with how W peeps. Okay. Yeah, be careful out there. Yep. BankX tokens. I'm not worried about them. 800 million tokens BankX holds. Hopefully they just dump them at once. Dump the price to 100th of a penny, and we get to buy back. I don't know. You guys must be talking. AJ ever said you must be talking to somebody else. Crypto Sloth. Somebody got the news. Good to see you, buddy. Great video you did the other day. I watched it while I was sitting there with my son while he was doing 20 other things. So I got about 30% of what you said, but I watched it. I watched a video of a harpy eagle attacking a sloth today. I'll show my wife. I'm like, oh man, look at this poor sloth. This huge harpy eagle is going to shred it. But the sloth was smart. It went down really slow, went down below the branches so that the little guy couldn't get him. Okay, you're going to get, bye-bye. I just deleted that comment. You guys are funny. All right. Well, it's almost time for me to wrap up tonight. So I recommend everyone watch Crypto Sloth's video that he did with Alex, and where they discuss the project, where it's going to. I'm just happy that something's happening within our ecosystem for Icosahedron. Just right now is your opportunity to pick up a bunch really cheap. Let me see. Over on ETH, you're at 601928. So I guess that's ridiculously cheap. Oh man, there's opportunities everywhere. And when you buy when there's blood in the streets, you tend to do very well. And that's how I've always, or not always, but over the last couple of years, that's how I've really done well. I have my hex bag set. I recommend everyone get at least their 100 T shares. Once you have your 100 T shares, you start diversifying into other things: Pulse, PulseX, 9-inch, liquid loans, Hedron, Icosa, and you start being a little bit more speculative. So that's how I recommend everyone does. It is kind of financial advice. If you're in the Pulse chain ecosystem, just make sure your bedrock is hex T shares, and try to get that done first. And right now, I don't think you're going to get too much time to have too much time to get the opportunities they have right now to get hex T shares at such a low price. If RH settles, watch yourselves. Things could really get going really quick. All right. Cheers, everybody. I appreciate everybody. Have a good night.